Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Calvary IPC10010. This is a Wi-Fi IP camera that you can use to monitor what's happening inside of your house or your office. It's priced at $95, so it's definitely competitive with the likes of Godzilla, and so it's less expensive than the Piper NV. With that being said, this particular category is becoming quickly crowded with lots of different models out there. So in this review, we're going to discuss whether or not this one can really stand out in the crowd. In terms of specifications, we have a 270-degree lens, which is quite wide. You can also tilt and pan it and control it using your computer, your Android smartphone, or your iOS smartphone. The resolution is 1280 by 720, which is 720p. There is a day and night function on here with built-in infrared lights, which is great. And you can also rotate it up to 355 degrees and control it using your software and your phone, which is pretty cool. So taking a look at the box here, we have a pretty clean presentation. On the side, you have some basic info. There is a QR code for you to install the app, which is called View Anytime. This is a free app you need to install first. You can also install a SD card directly onto the IP camera to record video as well as images. So in the box here, we have access just to a quick start guide right on top. Tells you how to solve things. You can get this directly through Amazon.com or through Calvary's website. And Calvary is pretty established in the IP camera department. They have quite a few models that you can select through. Inside, we also have the actual Wi-Fi digital IP camera itself. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And you also have access to the AC adapter, which includes a USB tip that you use to plug into the wall. There's also mounting brackets, screws, and what looks like to be a network cable if you don't have Wi-Fi. There's also the AC adapter itself that plugs into the IP camera on one side, the other one goes to USB. And finally, there is a mounting dock that you can put the actual IP camera on if you want to use the outdoors. Look at the design of the IP camera. The first thing I noticed was it's a little bit on the bulkier side of the spectrum. It's about the same size as a Godzilla, but you have to keep in mind there are other sensors integrated into a Godzilla. It's certainly more portable than the Piper NV, but again, the Piper NV also has a thermostat on board for temperature, motion, and other integrated sensors on board. So checking out a brief size comparison with the Xiaomi E camera, which is also a 720p HD camera. This one actually retails for under $30, so it's very inexpensive. You can see a bit of a size difference. With that being said, the Calvary has one feature on here that none of the other competitors in the same price range really has, and that is the ability for you to pan and tilt and control those settings through your phone. So you can actually change the angle very easily. One camera can be positioned on the wall and you can see what's happening inside of their entire living room, maybe even across into another room, which is pretty cool. So again, going back to the construction here, it's primarily made out of plastic, so it feels pretty lightweight. However, it definitely doesn't feel cheap either. On the bottom, you have access to rubber feet, which prevents the unit from sliding around when you place it on a desk or a surface. There's also access to a mounting bracket in the center there, which can be attached to some tripods as well. There's also a reset pin. On the very back, you have access to all the ports, which includes the AC adapter port. There is a attachment for the antenna, which is included in the box, and there is a micro SD card slot for storing any local videos as well as images. There's also an Ethernet port and an audio port if you don't want to use the built-in microphone on the very front. There are a few chrome accents, which makes the device look a bit more expensive, and the tip here, which contains the camera, looks like it's crafted out of aluminum, but it's still made out of plastic. So overall, a pretty clean presentation. We are fans of the Calvary IPC10010. It's priced at $95, which we think is fair for a tilt and pan Wi-Fi enabled IP camera. Construction quality is pretty good, and the resolution of the video is excellent and top-notch. The application makes the camera extremely easy to set up, and the only limitation we really found was the fact that the charging cord itself is quite short in length, which restricts the placement of this camera as far as on bookshelves or on tables and the height. Otherwise though, it's a pretty solid solution as long as you're not looking for 1080p HD video resolution. And to learn more information about this camera, be sure to read our full written review. Thanks for watching this video here at OS Reviews.